I've been a tech flipper for the past 25 years or so. I started at 15 years replacing dead batteries on old mobile phones and trying to repair them as best I could with the little knowledge I had at my disposal. Now, some people will tell you that tech flipping isn't easy, and that might be right. Except for the cases when it's actually quite easy and things just seem to fall into your hands. I shall enumerate 5 instances where I really hit a home run with the purchases I did on eBay. And let's start straightforward with this. This is my Lumix GX800. Now, I paid for this less than 100 euros when calculating at a lot. It came with a 12 to 32 millimeter pancake lens, and it was actually in a box in near mint condition. Well, the question is whether it would be working or not. And well, surprise, surprise, it's actually a fully functioning camera. And well, so I guess I really struck gold with this one. I took a huge risk and managed to cash in an exceptional value camera, a bang for the buck dream. Now this in reality would cost between 300 and 350 euros given its condition and well, the full package it came with. Battery, charger, cable, bill of sale, and so on and so forth. I fell so deeply in love with this little camera that I refused to sell it on for a profit and kept it all to myself. Actually, this budget little mirrorless Micro Four Thirds camera is responsible for revamping my love of compact digital photography on the go. I stopped using my smartphone after rediscovering this little gem, so this one stays with me. Now, another huge win was a Nikon D5500. For the purposes of this video, I'm actually showing you a Nikon D60, but you get the idea. I paid for a D5500 untested 24 euros. That comes out at a lot because I bought several other cameras in the particular job lot, and well, the end cost would be 25 euros per piece. The Nikon D5500 is a legend in its own, and well, surprise, surprise, it actually functioned perfectly from the moment I purchased the battery. Now, I calculated the 24 euro price with a battery included, though I split that cost between other Nikon cameras for the purposes of testing. I actually made a video about that particular Nikon, and my takeaway was that it was too good to have any charm left in it. Well, of course, that's an exaggeration, but that's how I framed my video. So I purchased that Nikon for 24 euros and immediately sold it for 124 euros, which is 400% profit and a huge cash in of 100 euros in my piggy bank. That, my friends, is how tech flipping works. Sometimes you get really, really lucky. Now, other instances where I really got lucky were the EPL7 paired with the Olympus Zuiko 40 to 115 millimeter lens. Now, for the purposes of this video, I am showing you an EPL3. I actually sold the EPL7 as soon as I got it. Now, the story is not as simple as that. I turned it on, and while it was functioning and came with a battery, it had a shutter defect and I wasn't able to do anything about it, and I made a quick video about that instance. However, it did bring me 40 euros closer to what I paid for the lot. So I calculated that EPL7 had a value of about 12 to 13 euros and immediately sold it for 40 euros, which again is a huge win for me at least. And well, I tested the Olympus Mjuiko 40 to 150 millimeter zoom lens, which I don't have at the moment, and I am showing a 14 to 45 Lumix lens for the purposes of demonstration. And immediately upon turning it on, I figured that it was a fully working and decent condition unit. Now, I didn't get greedy with that Olympus 40 to 150 millimeter lens. I sold it on for about 70 euros or so, which it's a decent profit given the fact that I only paid about 12 euros or so. So again, about a 400% cash-in value, or rather profit, if you will, and a quick sale at that. And well, I was happy to recoup most of my investments on that particular lot, and also help out a fellow enthusiast with a decent, correct, adequate price for used camera gear. Other instances where I got really lucky was with two 12 to 32 lenses like the one I have here. Now these usually have some defects. The glue inside the zoom ring deteriorates, degrades over time, and the zoom ring does not function. Now that is the happy situation where you can actually repair it. You just remove the zoom ring, apply a bit of double adhesive tape on the inside and double-sided adhesive tape on the inside, and then you can carefully adjust the markings and, well, hopefully sell it on for a profit. I did just that with two 12 to 32s, which cost me about 30 euros each, and I managed to sell them on for about 95 to 100 euros each, which got me a clean profit of about 300% and a huge win in a huge cash in for my small piggy bank. And of course, I wouldn't be where I am right now without the Lumix 14 to 45 lens. Now, this beautifully built and assembled made in Japan Micro Four Thirds lens is actually the bread and butter of my operation. Over the course of my flipping endeavors, I have purchased and sold more than 20 of these units. I usually pay about 50 euros per piece, calculated at a per lot price divided by the number of lenses and cameras in the actual package. So it's not as simple as picking one up with 50 euros and selling it on for 100 to 110 euros, but I managed to get a few decent examples. Some had minuscule dust particles stuck on the inside of the front lens, which is easily detachable, and I can do a video about that if you are interested about the process. And well, I guess that's the short gist of it. Buy them cheap, sell them on for a profit. Now, of course, they don't move nearly as easily as that, but there was a spike of interest in these about 1 year ago because everybody's looking for a wide kit lens in order to start their filming project. Be it a wedding venue, idea, business, or anything like that. Even amateur YouTubers like myself migrate towards these cheap kit lenses in the beginning. Now, whether they are worth it or not, I did plenty of reviews on them, and I strongly urge you to check them out, as this will provide support for my channel and for my future endeavors. So thanks for that. Please do hit a like and a subscribe. It means a lot for a struggling content creator like myself. And as always, please remember that I buy, hoard and collect weird and quirky obsolete tech stuff like this huge pile of old DSLR and mirrorless cameras and lenses, so you don't have to. I thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.